Hi digital marketers, this is Faisal Amin. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will show you how to set up Google Analytics for e-commerce tracking for Shopify store using a theme independent data layer by Google Tag Manager. So now I am go to our Shopify store and you can see that in the customer event I am already activated my data layer. The link will be the description box. You can check it out how to create the theme independent data layer for your Shopify store. So let's get started. That is my Google Tag Manager container, and I presume that you already connected your Google Tag Manager with your website. If you not yet, so you can go to my YouTube channel and find out the tutorial how to create tag trigger variables and how to connect your website with your Google Tag Manager. So already I am created the Google tag. Here you can see that I'm create the tag and also insert the tag ID. So today I am set up the more of event. So I am creating the constant variable for Google measurement ID. So click the plus sign and also click the plus sign to create the constant variable. Here in the right side you can see that all the variable types. Here we can find out the constant and paste the value and then giving the variable name, that is Google ID. Save it and you can see that our constant variable are adding with our Google tag. If you go to Google Analytics 4 and admin sections and then go to the data stream sections on your Google Analytics 4 platform, in the expanded your website, then you can see the measurement ID and you can copy the measurement ID from here and using in the Google Tag Manager. So I am adding the Google Tag ID and also I am sending page view will be the false, because for the page view event I am creating the new event and triggering sections I am using the page view event. So our Google tag is set up and finally click the save. So for the page view event we are clicking the new tag configuration, and in the Google Analytics sections we are selecting the Google Analytics GA4 event because we are working for the event, and measurement ID we are already created measurement ID, that is Google ID, and event name will be the page view, and then triggering will be the page view event. I already told you that is for the page view event, and giving the tag name, that is the GA4 page view. Save the tag. We are creating the page view, but now we are creating the view item, add to cart, begin checkout and purchase event. So we now check it out. Google developer article. Here you have to find out each and everything, which event parameter do you need and which are not. In the left side you can see that I am selecting the recommended event, and in the right side you can find out each and every event. So we are just to go to the view item event, and here you can see that Google recommended that for the view item event you have to send the you require parameter, which is currency, value and items. That is the required. You can also more concerned about the what is data type you are using. You can see that for currency Google Analytics 4 required the string value, and for the value the data type will be the number, and for the items it will be the array. If you scroll down then you can find out more item parameters, so that is the required. So we have to create the each and every parameter for sending with our event. So let's back to Google Tag Manager, create the variable, go to the variable section and create new variable configuration, that will be the data layer variable. And where we find out the data layer, if you go to our website to find out the view item event and open a product page, we already know that that is the view item event for e-commerce web pages. You are right click on your mouse, go to inspect and then go to the console section, and here you can see the view item event. If you expanded the event, here you can find out the data layer, and our event is view item. And if you go to the e-commerce our all of product details in the items sections, and you can see that also value, currency, and the item. So for the view item event, we are already seen that our requirement is currency, and second one is item, third one is value. So how can you create the parameter currency? Firstly pick the e-commerce, then currency. So for the items, again the same process, we are pick the e-commerce and items, and third one we are also pick the e-commerce and value. So again and again same thing, I do not discuss. So I hope you can understand how to create the variable. So I am copy the e-commerce first and back to our Google Tag Manager and paste on it, and again back to our website. Firstly pick the currency, copy the currency and paste the currency. So variable name will be the currency. Save the variable. First one we have to create it. Then for the second one, again we are clicking on the new variable configuration, and data layer variable, go to our data layer. So second one is items array. So in the items array we have to find out our each and every product details which are recommended by Google Analytics. So how can we pick the items? Firstly you have to pick the e-commerce, then items. So copy the e-commerce first and back to our Google Tag Manager, paste it, dot, again back to our data layer, just copy the items from here and paste it. That will be the items. Save it. Now we are create the third one. Again go to new variable configuration and then data layer variable, go to our data layer. So e-commerce dot value, copy the value and paste it. So third one is value. Save it. So we are creating our required parameter for the view item event. Now just go to the tag and new tag configuration, go to GA4 event, and you know that we are creating the measurement constant variable, just to adding it. Google ID, event name is view item, and event parameter is, you can copy from the your Google Analytics for recommended guideline. Here we can copy the e-commerce and back to Google Tag Manager, paste it, and second one is value. We are just copy from here. If you have any spelling mistake, then your event is not working. So I am just copy from the developer Google guideline. So here also one by one we have to put the value. First one is currency, second one is value, third one is items. We are adding the our require event parameter. Now time to triggering. I am already creating trigger for view item. Here you can see the view item event. So how can you create it? If you expanded the trigger, then you can see that event name is the view item, and you just put the event name and trigger type will be the customer event. That is the more easier process. So I'm not creating the new one. I hope you can understand. Now giving the tag name, that is GA4 view item. Save it. So for that to cart event, we are go to the shortcut process. So open the GA4 view item which we are created before and copy the tag and just change the tag name, that is for the add to cart, and here Google ID will be the same, and we have to change the event name, and event name will be the add to cart. Event parameter are same as well as view item event. If you go to the recommended event Google guideline and go to the add to cart event, here you can see that add to cart, the required parameter is the same as well as the view item. So I am not creating the another parameter for the add to cart event. Here you can see that already we are created for the view item. So just change the trigger for the add to cart. So go to the triggering and find out the add to cart. Here you can see that event add to cart and save it. and we are also creating the add to cart. Now again open the add to cart. For the begin checkout event, copy the tag, the same process, and instead of add to cart you just change the name, that is begin checkout, and also change the event name, that is begin checkout, and also the event parameter are the same as add to cart. Now change the trigger, that is event begin checkout, and save it. So again for the purchase, we are open the begin checkout event and copy it and change the name, that instead of begin checkout you just write purchase. Here we have to change the event name purchase. Here we have to adding the 3 parameter. So for the purchase event we need to add the another parameter, that is the transaction ID. So if you go to the developers Google article and go to the purchase event, here you can see that transaction ID is recommended. Yes, so we are copy the transaction ID from here and back to Google Tag Manager, paste it, and now create the transaction variable value. So for that click the plus sign, also click the plus sign, variable configuration, data layer variable. So go to our data layer and go to purchase event, and where we have to find out how to pick the transaction ID. Here you can see that in the e-commerce section we can find out the transaction ID. So copy the e-commerce first, and for transaction we do not pick the items, because in the e-commerce section we can find out the transaction ID. So copy the e-commerce, paste it, and back to again our data layer and copy the transaction ID here. Again Google Tag Manager dot is the transaction ID. Variable name will be the transaction ID. Save the variable, and our transaction ID are adding with our event parameter section. Now finally we are change the trigger, that is purchase. Here you can see that event purchase, and save it. We are done one by one. We have to adding our each and every e-commerce event, that is page view, view item, add to cart, begin checkout, purchase. After the completed the task, you must be submit the all tag, because the Shopify theme independent data layer are receiving the all event quickly. So now time to testing. So Google Analytics 4 are taking more time to receive the data. So sometimes later I will be come back to you to see the reporting section. Google Analytics 4 are receiving our all data or not. So after sometimes I come back to you. So after sometimes I come back to you, show the report our all data are receiving Google Analytics 4 or not. So that is our website, and go to the view item event for testing, add to cart, checkout, and also providing the user information. After providing information, finally click the pay now button for purchase event, and back to our Google Analytics 4. Here you can see that Google Analytics 4 are already receiving data. Go to the view real time and see our all data are receiving the Google Analytics 4 page view, view item, add to cart, and also the purchase. If you expanded the purchase, we have to find out each and every event parameter with this purchase event, and also go to the view item. So you can see that all report are showing in Google Analytics 4. So I want to show you another thing. If you have another option to see your Google Analytics 4 are set up perfectly working or not, so go to any product page and right click on your mouse, go to inspect, and go to the network, and just on the search bar to put the /collect on your search bar and reload the page again. And here you can see the collect option and expanded it, header option, and go to the payload option. Here you can see that view item event are working. If you go to add to cart and again go to the collect, here you can see also see that add to cart event are working. So finally we are successfully set up GA4 Ecommerce tracking for Shopify store. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you in the next video with a new topic. Thank you.